it's Mrs. Rushar. I am going to walk you through 7th grade, the story that we had started in class. I know we didn't get a chance to finish that, so I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the assignment, and then I'm going to walk you through the other tasks that I had asked you to do and make sure that you understand how to complete them. This would be for cohort A or cohort B, but we're going to start off with this first video with just 7th grade. So I'm going to try and switch screens here. Bear with me because it's been a long time since I've had to do this. So I'm going to try and go to this sheet here. So this is the paper assignment that you had for 7th grade. And as we were listening to the story, you were asked to kind of make some jot dots of what the main characters were doing to try and fit in or impress the others. And so in this rectangle, you should have had maybe 4 or 5 things written down of what the main characters had done. Then we're going to move down to citing text evidence. Now, this is one of your power standards for 7th grade, and it's being able to support your answers with text. So you're going to read the excerpt and find the answer and answer the question, basically. So an excerpt is just a fancy word for pulling a paragraph from the story. So we've already pulled certain segments or excerpts for you so that you don't need to go back and read the whole story. However, some classes didn't get the entire story completed, and so you would need to forward the audio recording or skim through the text to figure out where you last left off. The first one is a sample example or a sample response on how you would respond to the text. So I'm going to first start reading this paragraph, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm writing in a complete response. My response should include evidence from the story to back up my thinking. So the question is, why does Michael scowl? And I'm going to begin my response by repeating part of the question. So Michael keeps scowling because, and then here is where I'm putting my thinking in my own words. He thinks it's cool and the girls will like it. But I'm not finished yet because the standard is to cite text evidence. That means I not only need to answer the question, but I need to go back into the paragraph and show where I got my answer from, basically. So here I'm going to continue with, he thinks this because he saw the famous male models doing it in the magazine. So it must be cool, and, it's probably going to work on the girls. So that would be a complete response. An inappropriate response, or one that would not meet standard, would be if you just started with the word because. If I said, because he thinks it's cool and the girls will like it, technically, yeah, that is true, but it is not an appropriate 7th grade response. That is not what we're looking for a mature 7th grader and responding to text. So we are looking for a full response with text evidence to be able to meet the standard. So you're going to move on to the next questions. You're going to read the excerpt, and then you're going to answer the question. So in this particular one, it says, on the way to his homeroom, Victor tried to scowl. He felt foolish until out of the corner of his eye, he saw a girl looking at him. He thought, maybe it does work. He scowled with greater conviction. So this means that at first he felt kind of foolish, but then he scowls with greater conviction. So he's like, oh, he's kind of more confident in his scowling. So the question over here, it says, Victor tried to scowl. He felt foolish. Victor feels foolish, but still scowls. Why? Why does he scowl anyway? So my response would start with something like, even though Victor felt foolish, he still scowled because. Okay, so this is going to be me just setting up my answer like I did above. Okay, kind of restating the question. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to answer it in my own thoughts. Okay, that would be in green. And then I'm going to go back into the text and I'm going to provide text evidence of why my answer works. I'm going to do that for the next two excerpts of the text. And then I'm going to pop down here, and this would be the back side of your paper copy, but I'm looking at it electronically. Let's analyze the word choice in the text. This is also one of our standards, looking at word choice. Read the paragraph number 18. I have attached the story with your homework assignment that has the paragraphs labeled. So if you need to go back to that, it is available to you on your Chromebook. The author says that Victor managed to catch her eye. Well, her eyeball didn't pop out of her head and he caught it with his hands. This is figurative language. What does that figurative language mean? Because he didn't literally catch her eyeball before it fell to the ground. So what does that mean? He caught her eye. So the question is, what is the meaning of this idiom? Idiom is just a fancy term for a figurative language device. It's just a common expression. So we've heard that expression before, catch someone's eye. So it's labeled technically in language arts as an idiom. So we're just asking you, what does that expression mean? What does it mean that he caught her eye? The next one, and so you would type your answer into this box. The next one is read paragraph 54. The author uses the word sheepishly, and we're asking you, what does the underlined word sheepishly mean? And you're going to type your answer into this box here. And if you need to refer back to the text, you have access to that. The next three questions are doing some text analysis. Question number 2 says, how does the phrase, great rose bushes of red bloomed on Victor's cheeks? So it's saying like his cheeks got really red and blushed, okay? How does that contribute to the text? Or what does that actually mean? What is the author really trying to say there? So I'm going to look at A, B, C, or D and see which one matches what the author was trying to say with that expression. So A, it stresses how excited he was to show off his French skills, Teresa. B, it reveals that Victor does not enjoy being the center of attention. C, it emphasizes how embarrassed Victor feels as he tries to impress Teresa. Or it shows how worried Victor is that he will get in trouble with the teacher. So which one do you think best represents what the author was trying to demonstrate with that sentence, great rose bushes of red bloomed on Victor's cheeks? Number 3 is asking you to support your answer. No, I take that back. That's the next one. So question 3, which of the following best describes how Teresa responds to Victor speaking up in French? A, she thinks he was joking and finds his comments funny. B, she knows he's lying, but she pretends to be impressed. C, she believes he's speaking French and admires his abilities. Or D, she realizes that he can't speak French and teases him. So, what would be the correct answer on how Teresa responds to Victor in French class? Number 4 is you're picking a quote that supports your answer for this one. So, which quote from the text best supports the answer to question 3 above? I didn't know you knew French, she said. That was good. Or B, he remembered his college years when he dated a girlfriend and borrowed cars. C, Victor couldn't stand to look at Teresa. He was sweaty with shame. D, bonjour, Teresa said, leaving him outside her next class. She smiled and pushed wisps of hair from her face. So you're picking which one best represents what you said the answer was in question 3. The last part is for you to respond. Have you ever lied or exaggerated to impress someone, and what happened? So that's just your own personal response. If you have any questions over this or if you need any help, please feel free to email me. I can help you with any of that. And I will post this for you to be able to view if you need the help.